A day after a US-based expert alleged that the electronic voting machines can be hacked in India, a big war of words already erupting between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress. Now this after senior Congress leader Kapil Sibal attended this EVM hacking demonstration event in London. When confronted and asked questions by India Today, Sibal remained evasive. Continuing his anti-electronic voting machine tirade, Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and Andhra Pradesh CM Chandrababu Naidu said they will approach the poll panel regarding the same, reiterating that voting machines can be rigged. Remember, opposition has already been pressing for the demand of the ballot paper instead of the electronic voting machines for Lok Sabha elections. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley was quick to counter the opposition's charge, calling it rubbish and saying instantly in the Congress party is increasingly becoming contagious. Meanwhile, Election Commission stood firmly by the foolproof nature of the voting machines, calling it a motivated slugfest.
So can we have one statement?
See,
You can just say...
irresponsible for me to say something. I'm sorry, miss. This is not...
ईवीएम को लेकर के हम लगातार लगभग हर राजनीतिक दल ने कमोबेश समय समय पर कहा है कि और माननीय चुनाव आयोग से आग्रह किया है कि आप स्वतंत्र और निष्पक्ष चुनाव के कस्टोडियन हैं, किसी मशीन के कस्टोडियन नहीं है, खास तौर पे जब उस पर शंका के बादल हों। लेकिन जो दूसरी चीज गोपीनाथ मुंडे जी का जिक्र इसमें आता है, उससे तो रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं। ये तो अनुसंधान और जांच का विषय है।
यूएस और लंदन में ईवीएम में भी टेम्पर्ड, बट आवर कंट्री में ईवीएम कैन नॉट बी हैक्ड. इट इज ऑल फॉर a long time it was discussed by every political party. EVM has been introduced by Congress itself. When Congress won, then EVM is right, and when Congress lose, then EVM is not right. So it was the past story of Mamata Banerjee also. When he lost, he told that it is the EVM. And in 2009, 2011, 2014 and 2016, when she owns, then EVM is all right.
It is tragic and condemnable that such kind of motivated attempts are taking place repeatedly, and the Congress party is involved in it, to undermine Indian democracy. At one level, they will say and try to take credit for the fight against the British and foreign elements in getting India's independence. The other side, they will immediately take the help of anybody or seek the help of anybody outside India. Now they are raising questions on democracy sitting in London. Rahul Gandhi ji meets with the chief of Cambridge Analytica, the king of fake news, to learn probably ideas of how to generate fake news in this country. Does it behove a political party of the Congress party stature?
Now, while the cyber expert has not been able to demonstrate his claims at the London hackathon, what stirred the hornet's nest back home in India is the presence of Congress leader Kapil Sibal. Take a look of what did he have to say.
Everyone loud and clear.
Yes, please speak.
With barely 4 months left for the Lok Sabha elections, the EVMs are again under spotlight. This after an Indian origin US cyber expert made new charges against the EVMs. Syed Shuja, who claims to have designed EVMs used in India, alleges that signals can be manipulated and EVMs can be rigged in that fashion. He, however, did not hack an EVM live as he claimed he would be doing. Interestingly, senior Congress leader Kapil Sibal was also present at the London event organized by the Indian Journalists Association Europe, which has raised questions over the legitimacy of the event. The Election Commission was quick to release a statement. The EC said that they stand firmly by the foolproof nature of the EVMs. The Election Commission also called it a motivated slugfest, reiterating that EVMs are manufactured under very strict supervision.
देश में तो कोई उस बात को समझने वाला और स्वीकार करने वाला मिला नहीं, तो वो सीधे लंदन पहुंच गए और विदेश पहुंच गए, और विदेश में जो है वो कुछ ऐसी ताकतें जो ताकतें की भारत की लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था की दुश्मन रही हैं, ऐसी ताकतों से गठजोड़ करके इस तरह की हरकतें और इस तरह के षड्यंत्र और साजिशें कर रहे हैं.
Many developed countries which had started this machine have discontinued. One point is clear: it adds to the significant body of thought which has grave doubts about the authenticity, the objectivity, the correctness of these machines.
The first political reaction came from West Bengal Chief Minister and TMC Chief Mamata Banerjee, who said that opposition parties will take up the matter with the Election Commission. Just 2 days ago, at a mammoth rally in Kolkata attended by opposition parties, leaders had questioned the EVMs, demanding a return to the ballot paper system.
We have a great fear of this machine. Great fear. I'm telling you very frankly.
जब दुनिया भर में मुश्किल से 3-4 देश ऐसे हैं जहां पर इस मशीन का प्रयोग होता है, तो क्यों न भारत वापस पुराने सिस्टम में चला जाए, यानी फिजिकल बैलेट.
The opposition attacks has drawn a sharp reaction from Prime Minister Modi.
कि अभी से इन लोगों ने हार के बहाने भी बताने शुरू कर दिए. अभी से ही ईवीएम को विलेन बनाया जा रहा है.
The EVM hackathon did not live up to the hype around the event. The cyber expert made some sensational claims but gave no evidence to back his claims. But it has sparked a political war and the opposition is likely to keep the heat on the Election Commission ahead of the general elections.
Saeed Shuja, now a resident of America seeking asylum and could not reach here to London because he was attacked 3 days before. He alleges that 2014 election was rigged by the BJP. Election Commission was involved in it. He claimed many more things and tried to explain how an EVM can be rigged through radio frequency, not through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, but radio frequency, but had nothing, absolutely nothing to corroborate anything that he had claimed. Lavina Tandon for India Today.
News now from Bengal, because it's a massive shutdown between the Trinamool Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party in Bengal, as BJP President Amit Shah is set to hold a mega rally to launch his party's campaign for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Remember, this comes just a day after Mamata Banerjee denied stalling Shah's chopper in Malda, where he's all set to hold his rally today. Mamata cited reasons of security for the same and said that the TMC was democratic, unlike the BJP. BJP in a counter hit back at the TMC, saying TMC was afraid of BJP's rising popularity in Bengal and that it was a bid to stall their rally, a charge vehemently denied by the TMC. Remember, Amit Shah, who had accused Mamata Banerjee of ruining the state with politics of appeasement, will arrive in Malda today by about 1:20 p.m. BJP claims his chopper will land on the roof of Golden Park Hotel in Malda.
कंट्रोवर्सी तैयार किया जा रहा है बंगाल सरकार की तरफ से, और हर चीज में भारतीय जनता पार्टी कोई भी कार्यक्रम करना चाहे, वो यात्रा हो या फिर अमित जी का सभा हो, बंगाल सरकार उसमें कोई ना कोई अरंगा लगाने का कोशिश कर रहा है अपना सरकारी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को लगा के. लेकिन मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि बंगाल सरकार अपना पूरा कोशिश लगा ले, अपना पूरा स्टेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को लगा ले, लेकिन बीजेपी को वो पश्चिमी बंगाल में सरकार में आने से किसी भी हाल में रोक नहीं पाएगी.
पूरा क्लीन है एरिया वहां पे, और हाल ही में थोड़े दिन पहले ममता जी का भी हेलीकॉप्टर वहां उतरा है, लेकिन अमित शाह जी के हेलीकॉप्टर का इतना खौफ है, और मैं समझता हूं ये खौफ बार बार देखने को मिल रहा है. ये डर तृणमूल कांग्रेस का और ममता दीदी का स्पष्ट हो रहा है.
While the TMC has denied a direct role in denying permit for the chopper landing, BJP is claiming that Mamata Banerjee is afraid of the BJP's rising popularity in Bengal.
The bitter rivalry between TMC and the BJP is now extending to anything and everything.
We are not BJP. We are not BJP.
The BJP's Rath Yatra was effectively blocked with the Supreme Court's help. Now it appears Mamata is topping Amit Shah in the air too. Mamata denied that she had any role in red flagging the BJP president's chopper landing in West Bengal's Malda.
There are some security problems. দেখো যারা জেড প্লাস হয় এটা তো আমরা বাইরে আলোচনা করতে পারি না. জেড প্লাস এসে সিকিউরিটি প্রবলেম আমরা উই গেট ফুল প্রোটেকশন আমরা উই ডোন্ট কম্প্রোমাইজ উইথ দ্য সিকিউরিটি এটা ল অ্যান্ড অর্ডার পুলিশ ইজ দ্য ফাইনাল অথরিটি they have granted all the permission for the meetings because we believe in democracy.
But the BJP insists it's Mamta's doing, saying it's a conspiracy to stop the party campaign in the state.
यही है ममता जी की तानाशाही जो ब्रिगेड परेड ग्राउंड में लोकतंत्र को बचाने के लिए उन्होंने नेताओं को जुटाया था और लोकतंत्र पर सबसे बड़ा प्रहार उनके अपने प्रदेश में होता है विपक्षियों के खिलाफ।
बंगाल में गणतंत्र नहीं है, इसीलिए तो गणतंत्र बचाव के लिए ये सभा हो रहा है। स्टेट गवर्नमेंट तो कोई कोऑपरेशन करता नहीं है, ये बंगाल छोड़ के कोई राज्य में होता नहीं।
The TMC Sangh Parivar rivalry is getting uglier by the day. In December last year, Mamta had denied permission to Shah's Rath Yatra across the state of West Bengal. In 2017 too, the BJP called off Shah's rally after the venue refused reservations citing bookings. In January the same year, Kolkata police denied permission for RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat's rally. And back in 2014, police did not give a nod to VHP rally at Parade Ground in Kolkata. But nothing is stopping Amit Shah. His chopper will land at hotel's helipad in Malda.
The battle between BJP and Trinamool Congress seems to be escalating, not just about chopper permission but also about the rallies now. Even as Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has clearly stated that all permissions have been granted, interestingly they are yet to reach the Bharatiya Janata Party offices. What remains to be seen in how the crowd gathers and how the further rallies take place, because it is not just a political battle but a fight for survival now. With camera person Tapas Berry and Bhaskar Ray in Malda, this is Manu Galoiwal in Kolkata for India Today.
It is day 2 of the 15th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas in Varanasi. Now, Prime Minister Modi will formally be inaugurating the event today and he's expected to land at the venue by about 10:20 a.m., followed by an address by External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj and UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, along with the keynote address by Mauritian Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth and the Prime Minister himself. PM Modi will also hold talks with his Mauritian counterpart, and the event is being seen as a platform by the PM to reach out to the Indian diaspora before the 2019 elections. Remember, the event is celebrated primarily to strengthen engagement of the overseas community with the Government of India. A total of 5,800 people have registered for this event, and the theme of this year's Pravasi Bharatiya event is Role of Indian Diaspora in Building a New India. It is now CBI heat on former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram in the INX media case. Now, the Central Bureau of Investigation has sought central government sanction to prosecute Chidambaram. Remember, CBI had registered an FIR in May last year against alleged irregularities in the FIPB clearance to INX Media for receiving alleged overseas funds to the tune of 305 crore rupees in 2007 when Chidambaram was the finance minister. His son Karti Chidambaram also was arrested in connection with the case for allegedly receiving funds to the tune of 10 lakh rupees. Other accused in the case include then directors of INX Media Company Indrani Mukherjee and Peter Mukherjee. Last rites of Karnataka's Siddhaganga Mutt seer who passed away will be performed today. Top political leaders will be attending his last rites ceremony in Tumakuru district, including Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Karnataka CM H.D. Kumaraswamy has announced a holiday in the state today and a 3-day state mourning as a mark of respect for the late seer. The 111-year-old seer, who is popularly known as the Walking God, breathed his last on Monday after a prolonged illness. The late seer had also been honoured with the Padma Bhushan and Karnataka Ratna Awards.
Today we have lost a great saint. I think you will never find any other saint as pure, as dedicated, who served this country, and we really are at loss, and we all offer our condolences that we have lost a great pontiff.
He left a great service behind him. So that is one thing. So I request the government of India to give him a Bharat Ratna, because we have given Bharat Ratna to so many people. So he is worth of getting that title.
My condolences on the death of His Holiness Dr. Sri Sivakumar Swamigalu. His Holiness Dr. Sri Sivakumara Swamigalu lived for the people of India, especially the poor and the vulnerable. He devoted himself towards alleviating evils like poverty, hunger, social injustice. And I think all of us join the people of Karnataka in paying homage to His Holiness Swamiji.
परम पूज्य शिवकुमार स्वामी जी, जिन्होंने 111 वर्ष का यशस्वी जीवन जिया, चलते फिरते वो देवालय थे। वो हम करोड़ों करोड़ों योगियों सन्यासियों के लिए आदर्श हैं, और मात्र वह भगवान बसवन्ना के लिंगायत परंपरा के ही गौरव नहीं, वह हमारे संपूर्ण राष्ट्र के गौरव हैं।
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.